All right. Everybody gets distracted. Doom scrolling, seeing meme chats, whatever it is. This is how you can reduce your digital distraction. Oh yeah, all this stuff's made by Gamma too. Sorry, I guess this one didn't load. But Gamma helped me make this. It's been a huge help, at least for me saving time. My biggest distractions are YouTube Reels. Excuse me. I don't go on Instagram very much unless I'm checking the boys' meme chats. Uh, but I listen to a lot of educational stuff on YouTube, and of course they got cars with videos or cars with finances or some clickbait about the stock market. So YouTube Reels kind of killed me. Lately has been Travis Pastrana doing crazy stuff, but that's one of them. And then also group chat memes, what I just said, Instagram. These are the ones that I'm most distracted by, and these platforms are engineered to capture and hold your attention. Recognizing your specific ones, like I identified mine, can help you in getting rid of them or at least limiting them. Creative solutions beyond expensive apps. So one, I have the shortcuts. I have a video on it. I forgot which one it is, but that's how I set my phone up. There's a whole bunch of shortcuts that you can put. I have one for sleep. So when I go to bed, I put it on sleep and it automatically puts it on do not disturb. But then the biggest one is that the whole screen turns red. Um, so it's kind of hard to read stuff, and you don't see all the colors, which would regularly probably get me to click on something. Like basically just like a memory habit when you go to the bathroom and you open up Instagram or you open up Snapchat. If you turn it red, you have to think more about to do it. So it's a good way to stop the visual appeal. Two, physical separation. You can leave your phone in your locker. Oh, I forgot the shortcuts too. You can take off. You can like put Instagram and Snapchat or Facebook or X all off your homepage, so you don't need to see it unless you swipe all the way to the right. Um, I'd really recommend looking at the uh, iPhone shortcuts one. It helps me out a lot. I didn't go through how to set it up, but I did mention the fella in there um, who helped me set it up, and it's been a huge help. Physical separation. When I go to the gym, I leave my phone in my locker, or you can leave it in another room while you work if you don't have, the willpower. The other one, and probably the easiest one, is you have a distracting app, Snapchat and Instagram. Just delete it off your phone. It's gonna save your account, and then when you re-download it, it'll all be there. Once you delete it, though, then it's gonna kind of be a hassle to put it back on your phone. So it's super easy to do it. You got to be committed to the idea for 3 seconds. Day or two later, or maybe a week, you reinstall it. Just a little bit more of a hassle to get to it. So Alex Hormozy, our guy, recommends an iPhone shortcut that turns your screen black and white, which reduces it, I think he said, by 30%. It's worth trying if color reduction appeals to you. Now, I don't know. I think he clicks the side of his button 3 times and it happens. I just did, there's a new Apple update, and you can make it clear or tinted. And I did that. Now, some of them are kind of hard to read, but it does at least limit my distraction and stuff quite a bit. I get on there, and then you just be like, what was I here doing? Or what was I doing here? Rather than, like just pulling up Instagram right away. So, those are a couple good ideas. Otherwise, they've got a brick that you can do, and you can tap it on your fridge and then not be able to go on it until you come back from work. Or there's an app where you like do push-ups. Those ones, obviously, though, you need to pay for. Now, they're not expensive like this one says, but they're a couple bucks. A couple bucks add up. Work-life balance reality. I think my sweet spot somewhere between 60 to 70 hours. Balancing productivity with social connection isn't always pretty. Sometimes it means working over 60 hours. Oh, hang on. I am messing this up. I apologize, guys. I feel comfortable when I work 60 plus hours. Then I feel like I can hang out with friends. At 65 to 70, there's a happy medium, at least for me. Beyond 70 hours, then I'm like completely in work. And then I'm not with my friends at all. I don't even think about that. All I can think about is work. But on a good time, or the bright side of that, I'm not focused on the phone at all because you're so busy at work to do stuff. I don't really know why this came up. I don't really think that does much for us. here. So we're just going to skip that one, actually. Okay, the habit that changed everything for me. Besides the digital distraction, hanging out with friends, committing to work and school, I purposely overloaded my schedules, um, and that eliminates escape routes. So you cannot take any time off. You need to do this. You're just going to work yourself to the ground. You're going to unlock a lot of your capacity that you know you didn't have, but then also you're going to be really stressed and not be able to focus on anything else, which I think is also a good reset. You get down a month or two and be like, oh, I haven't been on social media at all. I haven't hung with my friends at all, but I haven't been on social media at all. Maybe I can, see friends every once in a while, but maybe I can cut out the social media. Awareness through pressure. Heavy commitments, just like I'm talking about, can make you very aware of how distracted you were or are, shifting satisfaction and distraction to accomplishment. So once I was done doing all that work, and then I look back and I go, I wasn't on this stuff anymore. Hey, I really like this working thing. I really like making all this money. I want to do this instead. I don't really want to do that other distraction stuff. Self-imposed deadlines. Even with flexible projects, now I need to get better at this one. Treat them like class assignments or work obligations to accelerate completion. Now you can see that the Safe Park app is taking quite a while. And the reason for that is, one, there's been a little bit of doom scrolling. I got boys and I send memes and they send them back to me. Now I'm looking at less and less of them, so maybe I only look at 10% of the ones that they send me. But then I come back here and I'm hanging out with, a couple friends, and then I just take the night off. That wouldn't happen if I was actually treating it like a deadline, like a class assignment or a work obligation, which I should be. What's going to help me out is when I talk to the university or I start getting surveys done, then I'll have hard cut deadlines rather than small improvements to make. But that's another one. Throw it in your planner. The rid of digital distraction. This is probably the biggest one. Everybody's afraid of missing out, FOMO. I think everybody understands fear of missing out. Not that big of a deal. All right, easy accessible dopamine. If you go on your phone, you instantly start feeling better. There's a whole bunch of studies. I can't quote any of them. But there's a bunch of studies that we get short dopamine from it. And also that we get tired of going through so many emotions by scrolling. But it's easily accessible dopamine. Rather than like doing a workout, you get dopamine, in 5 seconds versus 50 minutes. Excuse me. And the additional cycle or addiction cycle. As you do it, it becomes more craving because you want that short dopamine, and then whatever. It becomes like a positive feedback loop, I think is called, which is actually negative. That's at least the route that I thought of. Personal rules for device usage. I turn off all my social media notifications. So if you send me something on Instagram, if you send me something on Snapchat, I don't get a notification for that at all. I don't even get a badge on it. I do get them for Facebook Messenger, though, because sometimes my family who live farther away message me on there, or for Facebook Marketplace. I always call people. I hate texting, and my friends know this. I can do it for, like 2 or 3 back and forth, but if you start sending me books, I'm not reading it. I'm just going to call you. If you don't answer, I'm not reading it. And I'll text you too. Hey, I'm not reading this big thing. Just call me. That way I'm just not on my phone. I hate going back and forth. You're just sitting there and wasting time. No phone at school or work. Leave it on the charger. When I was at the dealership, I had it in my pocket, but I had so much work there that I didn't have to worry about it. And then at school too, I think I might have actually turned it off while I was at the library sometimes, or I would put it in my backpack. So I'd only have my computer and only could work on stuff right there. Always have a book ready. Instead of scrolling, I try to do 2 books a month. And the one right now, Albert Einstein, I think was like 14 hours, and I got 10 hours left, is December 15th right now. Instead of doom scrolling, I know I need to get this book done so I can go to the shorter one. The next one, I think that one's called Shooter. But I know I need to hit that one hard so I can finish it. So by always having that on, if I'm on the plane, which you can't really doom scroll on a plane, but if I'm going to work or whatever, these are bad examples because you can't doom scroll on any of these. Long story short, I make sure I have something educational or a book that's ready to go to replace scrolling with learning. Calculate your time loss. I did this one time when I was being super productive, and I think I averaged like an hour and a half or an hour, somewhere between there, wasted each time. Now I waste more time now because I don't have, so much work to do, and I see my friends more often. But it was a really good experience. And then convert that, like Jordan Peterson's example, into dollars. You can put it to minimum wage, or you could do that at your current job if you can work overtime, or you can estimate it, with like compound interest in it. Jordan Peterson says it's worth about $50 an hour because of the compound interest for later. But just do that. Check your screen time on your iPhone, and then here's a big one. Patrick Bet-David talks about this a little bit, or goes around it somehow. But when you go home and they say, "Hey, why haven't you been home?" and you go, "I've been busy." Do you actually mean that, or have you just been busy yourself with things that don't actually mean anything? I went home before and I said that I've been busy, in my early 20s, and my busy was like living it up and experiencing life versus what actually, now I'm working a whole bunch and I'm building stuff. So now when I go home and I said I've been busy, I really mean it and I can feel good about it. Before I didn't feel good about it, and that's why I changed my behavior there. Compound interest, effective reclaiming time. I don't know what this is about. Gamma helped me make this. I'll give it a guess though. Every hour reclaimed from digital distraction is an hour invested in your future. True. You can reduce screen time by setting up your phone, either to shortcuts, taking apps off your phone, putting it off the home screen, or the color filter shortcuts. 2, I don't know what this is. 3, 60 to 70 hours for me is my sweet time while being able to hang out with friends and do a whole bunch of work and go towards my goals. It's going to be different for everybody, but I find that to be the sweet spot. Anything over, all I'm doing is working. Anything less than 60, then I feel like I'm wasting time. So, sorry about that slide. That wasn't a very good one. Your action plan, starting today. Out of your distractions, check your screen time right now. Or don't. I really don't care. Check your screen time. Identify your top 3 digital wasters. Implement one friction point. Now you can do shortcuts. You can delete the app. Or first thing you're probably not going to do is phone separation. But I would delete it probably and just see how long it is till you re-download it. It's going to be amazing when you go sit down to, in the bathroom or whatever, that your fingers automatically go towards Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. It'll help you reflect on that. Set clear device rules. Super easy one would be screen time, like you set reminders on there, or you have it limited. You can put that up in the settings. Replace scrolling with learning. This could be educational content on YouTube, but don't watch the shorts. They're very distracting. Or go on Spotify, look at books, and commit to overload. Do a whole bunch of meaningful work. Oh, there's a timer. Better get going. That leaves no room for distraction. So just overcommit to work and education, and then you won't have any time for any of that. And then also, you'll be able to reflect on how much time you were spending on it before. I guess the last thing, to sum it all up, the time you waste could be invested in education, work, or relationships. It feels much better to say, I've been busy, and know you've been pushing it to the max to better your future. I would add in there, rather than I've been living my life for new experiences, something like that. But thanks for watching this, guys. Hopefully this helps you out, and hopefully this helped me out in the future for refining this. So if I get asked questions later, I can do it in a more distilled manner. But thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, no. Okay, now bye-bye.